How did a young salesman with no formal training in health or medicine manage to write one of the best-selling health books of all time? This is the story of Kevin Trudeau, the man behind natural cures they don't want you to know about. This book didn't just make waves, it sold over 50 million copies worldwide and spent an astounding 26 consecutive weeks at #1 on the New York Times bestseller list. He also had legal troubles over the years for things like violating court orders, misleading advertising, and criminal contempt, which led him to serve a 10-year prison term, just released in 2024. Kevin Trudeau wasn't a doctor. He wasn't a scientist. He was a natural-born salesman, bold, persuasive, and endlessly charismatic. Long before his book hit the shelves, Trudeau had already made a name for himself on late-night infomercials, pitching everything from personal development seminars to financial advice. But what inspired this young, self-made entrepreneur to become a health guru? It all started with a life-changing moment. At just 21 years old, Kevin was driving his Corvette near Chicago when he felt a sudden, excruciating pain in his chest. Convinced he was having a heart attack, he pulled over and called for help. Tests by 3 top heart specialists revealed a severe mitral valve prolapse, a dangerous heart condition that could cut his life short. There was no cure. The doctors offered only experimental drugs or risky surgery. Desperate for answers, Kevin remembers a lecture about a controversial doctor in Reno, Nevada, Dr. Yaiwen Tang, who used a diagnostic tool called the Dermatron machine. Skeptical but open, Kevin made an appointment. It had taken the top heart specialist a week of expensive testing before he could get results. To his amazement, the machine, based on energy and meridian testing, quickly confirmed his heart condition within minutes. Then he said to the doctor, "I understand this is incurable." But Dr. Tang responded, "In America, yes, it's incurable. But in other countries, natural treatments like live cell injections can reverse it. Unfortunately, the FDA doesn't approve them here." Natural treatments that work but aren't approved by the FDA? It sounded impossible. That didn't make any sense to Kevin. But he decided to take the risk. And it worked. He was able to heal what the top heart specialist declared incurable. After receiving the treatment, he returned to the original doctors and demanded they retest him. Initially, they were dismissive, since it's impossible to correct something like that in 2 months. But when he insisted, they decided to humor him, and they finally agreed. And they were stunned to find that Kevin no longer had a mitral valve prolapse. The condition that they explained had a very grim diagnosis was now gone. Kevin was excited to share the details of the natural treatments he had undergone. But instead of embracing the discovery, the doctors dismissed it, insisting he must have been misdiagnosed from the start. They said there was no heart problem. This moment was a turning point for Kevin. It sparked a deep conviction. There were natural cures and alternative treatments that mainstream medicine either ignored or suppressed. Fueled by his personal experience, Kevin started to further research down the rabbit holes, which led him to write his first book, Natural Cures They Don't Want You to Know About, in 2004. This book was a wake-up call for millions, exposing what Kevin claimed were hidden truths about many things, like toxins in our food, the flawed dietary guidelines influenced by powerful industries, the dangers of microwaves, and the cozy ties between regulatory agencies like the FDA and major corporations. For many readers, including myself, it was one of the first books that shined a light on the darker side of the healthcare system, encouraging skepticism and curiosity. How did a young salesman with no formal training in health or medicine manage to write one of the best-selling health books of all time? Kevin Trudeau was failed by the medical system, where many with the same diagnosis would never learn about the ways to heal and would accept the doctor's information. Kevin asked questions, and he was fortunate to find answers quickly. And he spoke up and he spoke out. Whether you see him as a health freedom expert or a master manipulator, his journey was fueled by his own healthcare challenge. Kevin Trudeau's story highlights something we can all take to heart. Never stop asking questions, never stop seeking the truth, and never be afraid to challenge the narrative. Because in the end, our health and our freedom to choose depend upon it. I invite you to join our weekly deprescribing broadcast on Zoom, Mondays at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. Each week features a different topic or guest. You can join live to ask questions or watch past episodes on demand. Hey, thanks for watching. I'm Dr. Layla Ali, prescribing pharmacist, reminding you that you absolutely can heal.